Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night to you all, wherever it is that you are joining us from. We are happy that you have joined us tonight. Tonight is another exciting interview, another exciting one that we will be undertaking. We will be speaking to a prodigy, a queen in our own right, or junior, definitely a star, a rising star that we all want to see and will continue to watch. None other than our world under 2200-meter bronze medalist in Shanoya Douglas. So we'll be having a great conversation tonight, and we will be speaking with her, getting to know her, getting to hear about her, and learn the things that we didn't know about her and the things that we are seeing and want to see from her coming up. We also want to apologize for the late start tonight. We were having some technical difficulties, but in spite of that all, we are definitely happy that we are still able to be here. So tonight we will be having another great conversation. And as we come along, do remember to subscribe to our YouTube page if you are not yet subscribed to our YouTube page. And also, you can also ask your family members to subscribe to our YouTube page, because that's where we bring the exciting news, and that's where we educate and we talk about what is happening in the track and field world, in the track and field space, and the track and field fraternity. We don't just only speak to and about our senior athletes, but we speak about a wide range of things that is happening in track and field, and we speak to everyone, because once it is that it is track and field, you are definitely a part of our family. So Track and Field Totnet, thank you so much for being with us tonight, and continue to be with us. So as we continue to have our conversation, let us just welcome to our family again one of our prodigy, one of our rising star, none other than Miss Shanoya Douglas. Good night, good night, good night,
Good night,
Shanoya.
Miss.
How
Good night.
you come with the good night, Miss something? Good night, Shanoya. Yes, that's not a problem though. How are you doing? How are
I'm
you today?
okay. I'm
You're
okay.
okay? Okay, how was the day for you today? Let me start right there. How was today for you?
It was okay. I did some exams today, and then I went to the HS and I came to a party next. So it was okay.
Okay, so how do you feel about, I mean, those exams after leaving them? How do you feel about it in yourself? You feel like, yeah, you just
The
angled
first
that?
exam, the first exam, I was like, yeah, man, I'm good at it. Then the next one, it was slightly challenging, but I could have done better than the score that I got. But I tried, and
You
I think I
tried.
did okay. I just didn't like the score, but I think I did okay.
Okay, which two exams were they?
I did data operation.
Mm-hmm. And which one? Which other one?
This data operation is two
Papers.
yeah, two papers.
Okay, so why you think like you angle one, but you never did fully prepare for the other part of the other one?
The first paper was very challenging, but I studied so it wasn't challenging like I can't manage it, but challenging like I can manage it. Yeah, yeah.
Well,
The second I thought that the second because the first one was hard, I thought the second one would be easy. It was not.
well, the second one blow your mind. It
Did
took
it.
away from you.
Yeah,
It
it
took away
did.
from you. Okay. Well, I mean, I like the fact that you said, you could have done better. So therefore, next time when we come around to that again, or another set like that, you'll realize that even though one is hard, doesn't necessarily mean that
The
the
next one will
other
be
one
easy.
is going to be easy, especially if the other one is multiple choice. Multiple choice is never
Yeah,
always easy. That's what it was, right?
it was.
I can just imagine. Once it is a multiple choice, it
That's a
doesn't
multiple
necessarily
choice.
doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be easy. But the greatest part is that you put in something and you got out something, and therefore you see that there is still room for improvement, and there is still room for growth in that. So that when we come to the bigger one, we can angle the two papers, right?
Surely.
Surely, surely.
Definitely.
I like that. Definitely. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So thank you so much again for taking the opportunity to be here with us tonight. We greatly appreciate it. We know that it is school and it is tracks and it is books and time and the timings. So we greatly appreciate you just squeezing us in a little window where possible, especially that I'm taking you away from your little party.
It's okay. It's okay. It's
So
my little free time that I'll get to stay with family because I don't really have free time. So anytime I
mhm.
get the opportunity to be around family and interact and have a little fun up off of the track,
You
I really
just
do take it.
just take it,
Yeah,
definitely.
just take it.
All right, not a problem. I understand that. Good night, everyone. Everyone who is joining us. For those who say good night, we say good night. For those who are saying good night to you, Miss Douglas, and stuff. Someone said good evening, Miss Douglas. I wish you all the success in your exams. Your fellow countryman and cousin in his own right, DeAndre said night, night, night. um, Katkan is also saying night to you also. So good night to you, everyone. Good night, good morning, good evening, and good night to you wherever it is you're joining us. We appreciate you being here. So we're gonna definitely be having a conversation. We also will be having joining us tonight. Also, will be Coach Smythe will be joining us. So it is not just Shanoya alone. So she basically feel a little bit more comfortable. So so that she don't feel as if, and all of that. So she will have company with her also, so that she can, flow as best as she want to, and also get to hear some things that she may not have heard before and stuff happening here over here. First of all, Shanoya, tell me about Shanoya. Tell me about little Shanoya, that we don't know about, because we know Big Shanoya. We're getting to know Big Shanoya. So tell me about little Shanoya.
Little Shanna. Little Shanna. There's not much of a difference, you know. It's like Little Shanna is like a more energetic Shania than this one because this I don't really, according to my aunt, I'm the same person when I was in primary school, and I'm the
Yeah,
same person in high school. I don't really change that much. I just got taller.
you just got taller. So do you still do the same things, like find the same things fun? What is it that you find fun um, to do?
No. When I was younger, right, I was very active. I was very active in JCDC, right? I would do cultural dance. I would go to church. I still do church dances and stuff like that. I'm very active in my youth fellowship, and but the dancing aspect of it, I used to love to dance. But the older I get, the more I have on my plate, the less I have time to do like dancing or the extra activities.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's the only difference between this no Shania and the Shania from then.
Okay. It's interesting to find out that you actually like dancing, the JCDC aspect of it. I don't
I
think I
really,
would have thought that.
I do it. I like cultural dance more than hip hop dance and those. So I like cultural dance.
Okay, nice. Something new that we have learned about Shanoya Douglas here on Track and Field Talk. That is very interesting. Thank you for telling us that. So let's get down into Big Shanoya and the rising star Shanoya that we are seeing, that is rising above and shining her light, definitely. How is it that you fell in love with track?
All dance. I think I like the thrill of it. Like,
You like the thrill of it?
yeah, it started when my aunt put me in. She's my aunt is a teacher, right? She adopted me when I was 7,
Mm-hmm.
and I started going to Granville Primary, right? So she knew that I could dance and I could run really well, but she didn't want to put me in her house, so she put me in James' house. That's the house at Granville. My sports house in Granville, right? She
Mm-hmm.
put me in James' house. I would do. I used to walk to school, right? I'm from the country, so I used to walk to school. There's this hill. I live on a scheme. There's this hill. I used to run. every day walking from church. As I said, I was very active in youth fellowship. So we would walk and then reach the hill. My aunt would say, let's see cause it was a group of us. Us, she would get a group of us from the community and she would carry us to church, involve and make introducing us to Jesus and stuff like that. So she would say, let's see which one can run over the hill faster. And it would be our little activity after church to see who can run over the hill faster. So that same year, I was in grade 3 and we had cross country and sports day. And being the energetic child I was at the time, I was like, more run and more run. So they put me to run cross country. The first year I did cross country, I came fifth, I think, right? And I didn't like that. So they had DA sports, right? And I went to trials. Like in school, you know that you have to run against others to see who's fast enough to
Who's
represent the
faster in
school.
order to choose to
Yeah, I
represent?
went there and I was running against my age group. They said I can't run with my age group. They put me up with the older kids. So when I ran with the older kids, the PE teacher at the time told me that I can't run because I'm not fast enough. So I went, as he did, I went run crying to my aunt said I want to run and the man now make me run.
So you
Yeah,
use that as your motivation to do what
it
you do
was.
now.
And then because he told me that I couldn't run, I did sports and I beat everybody. And my aunt was like, you have next year, will be in grade 4 the next year. He said, you have next year. You can do next year. So the next year, I did cross country again. And I did cross country again and I came first. And then I went on to dominate my sports day at my school. So I got champion girl I got champion girl and cross country champion. And I collected all the
All the
medals.
medal.
I ran every race. I ran around the 100, around the 16, around the race that we were in the crocus bag. I ran that, I came first. I ran the 800, I ran the 400, I ran the 200, I did the laps. I did everything. I did everything that day.
So it's not just now you're multi-talented and multifaceted. Cause I mean at sports they're running bag race, as we call it then, crocus bag, jumping
Bag
in the
race.
crocus bag, then have
Yeah,
to find
collecting
time
the
to go
eggs,
run
put them in the
the
basket. Yeah, I was doing everything just to prove the teacher that I was fast enough. 'Cause he told me that I was not fast enough to go to the sports. And the next, when I did, I when it was in grade 4 and I was in grade 4 and the PE teacher had retired. So this new teacher, she took it up, right? And we went and we were on the field and we were doing runoffs. When I was in my age group for doing runoff, they said that you're too fast. You can't run in your age group. So they put me with the grade. I was in grade 4, so they put me in the grade 6 to run. Grade six, the grade fives and the grade 6. And I ran and left every one of them. Every
Shana
one of them.
Shana K say if that teacher could see you now.
I'm at hers right now.
Oh, that teacher is at your church right now?
No, I'm at her home.
Oh, you're at her own. No, not the
Yes.
teacher, not the teacher,
Oh, the
not
one
your
that told me
aunt, the
that
one that told you that you're not fast enough and didn't want to understand
unfortunately he died before he was able to
to
see
see
that I
you
have come.
to
Well, my
what you
aunt is
have.
telling me that he saw it, so
Okay, okay.
yeah.
Understood. Well, so let us pause a minute and take in Coach Smythe into the bundle with us um, as we welcome him also with us tonight. So good night, Coach Smythe. Welcome.
Good,
We are
good night, and thanks for having me once
thanks for
again.
coming once again,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
Definitely, definitely. Shanoya, before I took him in just now, you said something that sparks my mind. Whereas you said, because because that teacher kept saying to you that you can't run, you can't do it. You made sure you did everything and you wanted to do everything just to prove him wrong. I want to say or ask, how do you deal with the noise now as a rising star that you are. And there are so many thought space and expectations that fans and persons who love you and your coach and everybody and your family would have for you. But the outside noises, how do you deal with that, being that the person you are?
At the beginning of the season, right, I was very confident that I could lock out the noise. I was very confident, and continue going going into the season up to champs. I had to take a step back and log out of my Instagram because I had so many people saying, um, nothing negative. It's just that they were being too much. I know that you have faith in me and I have faith in myself also, but it was a little bit too much. I just wanted a step back to reset and just focus on just training. I don't want to think about what's going to happen in the champ because I can't see in the future. I just can do what I just can see what I'm doing now. I can just see ahead of I can't see. It's just I
Ahead
just
of
needed
it.
a step back. Just focus on my training, my well being, my mindset going into the championship. I don't want anybody predicting what I'm going to do because that's a little bit too much for me. And then I
Okay.
have to step back.
I'm happy for your answer. The reason being is because we find that at times, even though, because you said even though it wasn't negative, so it was positive and stuff, but even though it was not negative, you still realize that you needed to step back or step out of that zone or that space and ensure that you yourself is comfortable and you yourself was at a place where you need to be, because at times we tend to take on even the positives and overwhelm ourselves. So I applaud you for that, and I
And that
hope
was what's happening now. And I didn't want that. I didn't at the moment that was not important. The championship coming up was not important because I have to prepare myself from now for the championship. And if last year is last year, no achievement from last year is last year. This is new year. Anything is possible this year. So I don't want the feedback from last year
you want
clouding my mind for this year championship because it's totally different thing.
totally different thing. Thank you. So that I agree with that, and I again I'm smiling. I know I told you before that you have a very beautiful smile.
Thank you.
Um, and I'm smiling because of what it is that you are saying. Even adults don't at times realize that they need to do that. So I will say to you that going forward, and even where you are now in this space and in this season, that you continue to use that same thought space and mental aspect of things to bring you forward into the future, because it will come eventually. But once you know how to find your own spacing and your own space and own time, it will work for you. So continue to do that and continue to be along that part. um we're getting down into it. So I know that you said you don't want to take what happened in last year's season into this season and stuff, but I must ask. One, I want to ask you, you have flown the flag of the black, green, and gold on more than one occasions. And we have seen you at Carifta, we have seen you at Worlds. What was that feeling like when it is that, firstly, you represented us at Carifta? How was that for you? What was the experience like representing the country? Not no longer representing the school, but now the country.
I was elated, but at the time I was very immature. I am still immature. I was elated. I was excited about the experience. Um, it was a wonderful experience. Um, I remember traveling to Kingston. I remember traveling to Kingston and I was so chitty. I was so chitty. I was on cloud nine the whole time. Going on the flight in the airport and everything. I couldn't stop smiling. When I was there, I would video And
It's
I
just
would come on.
experiencing.
I would come on. I don't know. I remember that I would come on. I was like, aunt. I was like, auntie, we come here and eat. It was. I was that immature, and then when it came down to the because it was that would be my first time doing an international meet without my coach.
Mm-hmm.
I would have I would have my coach calling me, telling me that Douglas, you have this to do now. Remember, see after this, you have to because I was an immature child
Mm-hmm.
by myself without my coach supervision. So it was it was mixed feeling the whole time.
I, I'm happy you said you were immature for your first time traveling outside of and being all alone. Um, so therefore, the greater part of it is that you are still able to be yourself and experience that so that you can know how to um deal with what would come, because then later on we saw that you moved into representing the country at World Under 20s, and I'm sure you know the difference of Carifta the first time and then under 20. How, what was the difference then? Because now you would have done that first experience and now coming into the second.
The difference is I was able to manage myself better. I was able to know that when I was in Bahamas and I first got there, I didn't, honestly, speaking honestly right now, I was
Sure.
all about walking up and down, seeing the place. I wasn't focusing on the fact that when I reached there, I would have to train because we didn't train before, right? And I had to keep my body fit because you know that after 3 days, fitness reverse.
Right.
But I didn't want to train. I was so caught up in the fact that I was in a new country. But when I was in Peru now, and I knew that I didn't train before I leave Jamaica, and that I had to train because the next day I would not be competing. So I needed to do some physical activity. I needed to train to get my body in the groove, to let my body know that it's competition time, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's the difference. I knew how to manage myself. I knew that I have to drink water. I knew that I can't follow the others and eat fast food. I knew that I knew that I had to, for even though the food there wasn't all that, I knew that I had to eat. I remember when I was in Peru that I would take pictures of my meal to say, sir, this is what's there and this is what's eatable at the time. And they would have boiled egg. Yeah, it wasn't. But I argued the whole time there, Miss Hungry like that. With this
I was about to ask you how you manage, you know, because I hear that you love food, you know. So
foodie.
Foodie that man. Foodie that man.
foodie. Another thing that you know the world know about Shanoya. Shanoya is a foodie. Foodie.
Foodie that man.
And he was saying like, is there boiled egg? And I was saying yes, there's boiled egg, but it's fresh. They said they don't have pepper and salt. And I was saying yeah, but it still not tastes good. I don't know. And he was saying like sprinkle the pepper on it and eat it, and they would have like I think it was potatoes and stuff like that. And sometimes the chicken would be eatable. And I would have the chicken and the potato and I would have the egg. And when it was breakfast, I would try to put in little egg, even though the egg was not egg. The egg, I don't know how you can mess up egg. I don't know how you can cook egg wrong, but they did it. I don't know how they do it, but they did it.
It's the culture. It's just the culture.
They
Everybody
did
prepare
though, but
things.
I had to eat it. So I would add a lot of salt and I would add a lot of pepper to give it the taste that I wanted, and and I would eat because I needed the nutrients. I needed to eat something. So I think that's the difference between the the Douglas that went to Bahamas and the Douglas that went to Peru. I learned over the trips that I did. I learned over the trips that I did that I needed to eat. I needed to hydrate. I needed to train. I needed to know that I have to sleep. I needed to know that less walking up and down. I needed to know that my bag needs to pack. My credentials should be in my bag. Because I was like to add, when I was in Bahamas, there was an incident where I left my credentials. But Future me knew that my credentials should always be on me,
Right.
sad pockets. And I would have gotten my number. That would be the first thing that I pack in my bag. My number. I can't compete without my number. So I had to pack it.
Right, right. Whoa, I mean, two separate countries, two separate incidents, two separate, as I said, Douglas. Douglas in Bahamas is different from the Douglas in Peru. But I have a question for Coach.
Yes.
After experiencing the Douglas in Bahamas, when it is that she had to go to Peru, was there any concern? Because I mean, she said, she had to be calling you and saying this to you as she's there videoing, because as she said, it's the immature Douglas that went to Bahamas in that instance, just first time. But were you
I
having any concerns?
Well, there's always concerns, but I think she's missing where she also went to Panam.
Right.
She went to Panam, and that's where the growing up started, even though she is still immature, not a little, she's still immature. So Panam is where she started to grow up, and I told her she have to control the controllable. She have to start, because it's not every trip, it's not everywhere I am going to be able to be with her. So the instructions given to her, she must adhere to them. She must follow them in order for her to get where she is supposed to go. So, like I said, it's really Panam that really she started to realize that, okay, this is what it is. You know,
Oh, get one chair.
Uh,
So Panama is where she started growing up.
right?
Okay. Shanoya, one word to describe Coach for you.
One word. What can I use to fit all his personalities?
You don't
I
know that
can't
one
say
word.
difficult. Strong,
Strong.
strong,
But
strong.
but you but you but you have done great with that strong personality, and I believe that you need that strong personality because the immature
I
Shanoya
will
and
believe so because my aunt said that I test people for it. So you have to strong, and you can't be weak around him. Also, you have to be strong around him because he will say things, and because you have a strong personality, you have to be strong in yourself to know that it's because of his strong personality. You have
why
to be
it comes
strong
across
to
that
it
way.
to understand him. 'Cause I will say some harsh things to you, but you have to be. You can't be weak around him. You have to be strong. If I don't know how to
No, I understand. I understand. The word strong explains it all.
you
The word
can't be
strong
a,
explains it
you
all.
can't be weak around him. You can't be a crybaby around him. It's you always say it's a what you call it, a flight or fight world. Is it so? Correct me if I'm wrong. You have to correct me.
Oh God, tough times don't last. Tough people do.
Yeah. That yeah, strong.
It,
You have to be stronger because when
Shanoya, you're not looking for strong.
no, because when my money ain't gonna say he gonna say the same thing back over again. When you have the extra laughs because you didn't like the one that you did, you have to run it back over again. Like if you put up a protest,
You're
you
going
have to be
three instead of one.
you got add an next one to it. You have to be strong. I can't be weak. Cause I remember I will be getting he was telling me to do something and he did not like it. He wouldn't like it. I mean, I might I said, I'm never gonna do it over back. I don't want to do it back over. But I can't voice it, And if you catch your personality, you go say, "Ma what?" And I'm like,
Now
so
strong
I
it.
will be doing the extra laugh and crying also, but I can't make him know so me I cry.
Okay. Coach, one word to describe Shanoya.
interesting. She's interesting. Interesting. She's very interesting, and I enjoy working with her. With all that's going on, I enjoy working with her. And I guess what she's saying, is it's 8 lanes down there, and I've always tell them when you go down there, you're going to war. Nobody's gonna feel sorry for you.
Exactly.
Nobody's gonna feel sorry for you. It's 8 lanes down there, and I am not gonna babysit you when you come back up here and hush you, tell you okay next time. Just go down there, lay down the line,
I'll pick you
Very
up at the
good.
finish line.
and
That's what
I'll
he
pick
said.
you
He'll
up.
pick you up at the
Yeah, man.
finish
I tell them
line.
all the while.
And
Once
you
you lay
have
down the line, I'm
no
gonna pick you up.
friends. You don't have no friends. When you line up in that lane, you don't have no
There's no
friends. All
friends,
of those are enemy. No friends.
no friends,
Fight it. Pick you up at the finish line.
and
Very
that's one of the that's I guess that's one of her weak areas where she is too nice. She's too nice to her opponents, you know. But it's her personality, and she's working on it. You know, I'm trying to get her to develop that killer instinct where
She just angle the business, just angle it like how
r-
she angle the first paper and
right,
just deal with the second paper afterwards.
right.
You hear Shanoya? He wants you to angle the business when you go to the line, like how you angle paper one this morning and deal with paper two when the time is right, when the time comes. Okay? So I'm going to let you in a little secret that your coach, because he wants you to angle the business, has said last week. So he said that, based on where it is that you are at in this season, now you are looking to dismantle that record. So I want to ask you if you feel the same way as he does.
Anything is possible, and I feel like I feel like I've gained more speed,
Mm-hmm.
and I think I can. I believe. I don't want to say I think I can. I
Good,
believe
good.
talking into existence. I believe manifesting it. I can do it.
Yes, you can do it. Well, we here at Track and Field Totnet have it. I mean, especially when coach said it last week that you are going to dismantle the word. You notice I'm stressing on the word dismantle, putting it out of reach. Dismantling that. We here at Track and Field Partner do see that talent in you. We are seeing that you have grown with speed and everything that is needed. And therefore, we definitely know that we will be watching you. We are not putting the pressure there. We are not coach. We are not putting the pressure there on you. But we would, the manifestation that you are putting out in the atmosphere, we are also manifesting it with you there, and we will be here to celebrate with you when that does happen come March, and or even when it happens wherever it does happen, because we think that you are in that shape and is capable and to attain that. So we will definitely watching you. We saw.
Latoya,
Sure. Mm-hmm.
not to I don't want to be misunderstood. There's no pressure, no
Right, that's what
pressure
I tell her.
whatsoever
No
on
pressure, no pressure,
Shanoya.
no pressure, no
She
pressure,
is right.
no pressure at all. We're just, well, for me, I'm just manifesting with her because she said
You're
she's
right.
manifesting it in the atmosphere.
Yes,
So I'm just letting her know that she's not
right,
alone manifesting that in the atmosphere, that we over
Right.
here is also manifesting it with
right,
her. We're fighting it
right,
with her and going through it with her. So we're manifesting it with her, not pressuring her, but
right.
manifesting it with her. Okay, Shanoya, no pressure. All right, no pressure. Shanoya, we saw you last year at East Coast Championships. What was that experience like? Because we know we are used to, well, we here in Jamaica used to, your
Yes.
season or the junior seasons end at a certain time. But to see you pull through and angle East Coast Championships, we want to know what was that like for you? How was that experience?
Um, to be honest, I'm very honest. Carrying last year's season was a very long season, a very long and tiring season.
Mm-hmm.
So going into East Coast, going into East Coast, no, I had to take deep breath, remember who I am because I don't think my coach knew or realized that August going to September, still training, still everything, haven't gotten any rest. I wanted to give up. I was fed up. Things was just long and I couldn't just quit like that because I had committed myself to something, right? So going to East Coast, I was like, "So it's close to your season ending. Just come, put on a show them that they were worth coming out to watching me, spending their money was worth it. Coming out, putting on a show them that Douglas, yeah, come watching us, so Douglas gonna give you a performance. And I tried my best out there in the cold. I tried my best because it was very cold. Even that, I was not prepared for that. The coldness that I faced in the East Coast, I was not prepared for that because when I went there, it was hot.
Yeah.
Even the day before competition, it was hot. I was in sleeveless, short tights. It was hot.
And then
And then
on the day,
the morning that I woke up, I was in one tights, a socks, a slippers, and a top,
wow,
a sleeve top. And I had you know that track athletes always walk with sweater in their bag because and it could be rainy, just put on a sweater and you warm up swimmer, right? I had that in my bag. And then the more time goes by, the hours, the place got colder, it started to rain. To the manager that was with us, I had to leave to go get gloves and extra tights because I couldn't warm up properly. It was hard.
wow,
It was hard because I was not prepared for the cold. I didn't know because I was inexperienced to the cold weather. I
right?
didn't know that at the drop of a hat, the weather would just change like that. But through all of that, I think I put on. I think even though in the 200 didn't perform how I liked, I think I still perform and I put up a fight. In the 100 meter, I think I did my best and I performed my show because they paid their money to come and watch me run. So I think I did. I think I did okay. Considering that I did not prepare for the weather and I was trying my best. I think I did okay. I could have done better, but I think I did okay. And it was a really good experience because the experience that I got from East Coast, I put in all that when I went to New York at the end of January. I think I put in that into effects.
Okay, because East Coast made because of that experience from East Coast, it made New York showcase a little bit better for you in terms of knowing that you're going to New York. New York is going to be cold at that time, so you are a little bit more prepared for that one.
And I knew how to dress then also because I did. My coach was telling me that hey, it's gonna be cold. I need to this, and I was like, Coach, what is it? What is it, man? Because that's what I was saying. But when I went there and I felt the cold, I say, I should have listened. Because my aunt and my aunt was packing in extra clothes and I was like, my aunt is being extra and all that. I said, was it I reached there?
I'm sure you won't have to make coach tell you again.
Never,
So you should have listened,
never
right?
again.
You learn a
Never
lesson,
again.
definitely. You learn a lesson because I mean, as a rising star, you will be traveling to different countries that you have never experienced before, and therefore the weather is different. The food, yes, the food is definitely going to be different from what it is that you're used to here in Jamaica. So some of the people them egg I got fresh.
It's not fresh nor raw. Oh, you have to mess up egg.
You're not getting over the egg, right? But
No, oh, you
it
have to mess
happens.
up
It's
egg.
their culture. It's their culture of how they prepare certain stuff, though.
But the
But
KFC was nice, so I'll give it to them.
you love food for true. Um, how do you manage? So I know when we started talking, when we started the conversation, we started on the conversation of exams happening early this morning. So I want to know, how do you manage the separation of timings for schoolwork, study, and then, as you rightfully said earlier, the calendar for 2025 is a pack one. So how do you manage your time? How do you do with the timing?
I'm not going to lie, I have bad time management.
So you go coach training late? Okay, all right. You have bad time management. So, so,
But
so.
I would try, like, I would come in, my school over 5 o'clock, right? And I live like 48 minutes, 50 minutes from school,
Okay,
about that. So when I reach home, or like 5:55, 6 o'clock. So like, if I have to pack or I wash, sometimes I wash during the weeks, because remember that I only have Sundays. Sometimes I only have Sundays as rest day. But
right.
because I live in a Christian household, so you know that church on a Sundays is a must.
Yes.
Church on a Wednesday and a Friday is a must, because I am the secretary for my youth fellowship group. As I told, I was very active, so it's a must.
Right.
So I'll reach in on Fridays like 7:30, 8 o'clock,
Just in
right?
time.
Just in time. And if I have track meet this Saturday, you know that I have to pack, to get my water bottle. If I'm carrying a water bottle, I have to I have to find my spikes, pack, get every little thing, make sure my permission slip is signed before the day, in my bag, my little bag, my pouch, in my bag, pack and everything. Then I'll sleep.
Go sleep. Okay.
And I have to
Coach.
wake up early. So
Yes.
Yeah, early is a must, Shanoya. So late to bed and early to rise.
no, I don't become, I will go to bed early and wake up late.
Okay,
I will go to bed late and wake up early. I don't know what's, sometimes my coach has to be giving me iron tablets to get my sleeping schedule on track.
I see. Coach.
Yes.
Okay. So Shanoya says you are hard, right? And and I mean, based on how Shanoya present herself and how she sound easy to train. Do you have issues in terms of concerns of you telling her to do this and you may think that she don't do it the way that you want it to be done and stuff like that?
Not much in the past. In the past, but like I said, she has grown. You know, initially she didn't understand certain things. She used to think that it's just her going out there and running, and then but then after she started to understand that there are other things, the intangibles that must be done. She started to adapt.
Okay.
Yeah.
How do you keep an athlete like Shanoya injury free?
I mean, good question. I mean, I do my best in my recovery. I don't overwork. I don't overwork no athlete. So, I manage the way how I my program is situated, you know, my recovery days, what we do and so forth. You know. I won't go in full details, but we there are things that we do to, minimize injuries. And she spoke about the long season last year. Yes, I saw the frustration, where, and I think it was more so her family and friends would be going out or having family functions, and she wasn't able to fully participate or partake. my son had the same issue too, because the season was very, very long for them. It was very, very long and grueling. And at one point, even myself, I was saying, is this worth it? You know, but we had gotten that far. We had committed to the season. We had made commitments to certain things. So, we hang tough, you know. And then there was a point coming out of the East Coast meet where she was beaten by Skylar Franklin, and she talked about it every day that me must beat but that girl. Me want coach, when can I clash back with this girl? And I said to her, I don't know. I don't set up meets. I don't. And then fortunately for her, Skylar declared to run to represent Jamaica, and the clash was at trials,
Right.
right? And I guess once she found out, it motivated her to, you know, do what
To
she
go
did.
harder.
Right. Because she said to me that the girl can't beat me again, sir. That the girl can't beat me again. You know.
Shana, you look like you still have that. It will never come out of your head. I mean, coach
No, I
said it.
can't.
She's very competitive.
Child.
She
Yes,
is very
she is.
competitive.
She
And
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 is.
I'm saying this,
I was ready for her now. In the semifinals, I saw her flash time was 22 something. I mean, I said, I'm ready for the other one.
she's very competitive. Even in training with the boys, she doesn't cut them no
Yeah, hate
slack.
to see me coming. He hate to see me coming.
It's a run here to see you come in.
He hate to see me coming. We was just where up, and I'll stop, hands on my knees. Come on, Jack. Come on, again. Next one. Next one. And you were like, was like, he do this thing with son. Anytime he's anytime he's arguing, just look at him and go. He goes say, man a beast, no? Man a beast. Maurice. Got to take Maurice. And that is he's not gonna call him daddy. He goes say either he say Garth or he goes say coach. He say, got to take Maurice. Got to take Maurice, man take Maurice.
It's a very competitive group,
So
and she pours so much gasoline on the session sometimes that I feel so sorry for the other boys. Not so
the
much my son,
boys.
but the other boys in the group. I feel so much sorry for them that sometimes I even get on them and say, if we never make Shania come
Yeah,
beside on one more time
I
or go
can't
in
stop
front
him.
of me, I go double the program.
I just one weakness. I just need to see you one. I was like, of this in my head. I'm gonna beat you going around the curve, and then the next I'm gonna beat you coming off the curve. Cause I'm gonna tire you out. Cause I know that you're gonna put in all your energy. Cause you know so I'm coming for you. And then the
Interesting.
last rep, I'm going to win that last rep because I know that you put all your energy
And
into other reps. Cause you know that I'm coming
Latoya,
for you.
she does this talking smack to them also.
I was like, I did. I was doing block stars, right? And I think I was four step or two or three step in front of JR. I think I was four step in front of JR, right? And he had to run me down. I was like, saying, nah, beat me. And I ran, and I beat him across the finish line, and he couldn't do anything. He just give me the hand, one handshake, because it was fear. I got the start,
You
I
do, do
ran
you,
it,
do
and
you think that you play with JR's ego a lot when you do that?
yes, I do, and it's fun because it's very egoistic.
No.
He was like, "You're now beat me, you're now beat me, you're now beat me." I was like, watch
But
me.
being that you know that you play with his ego a lot in that way, which is a motivation, I see it that you take it to motivate him, which is to push him. So that is good. You
Yeah, because
having him in camp and him having you.
yeah, I told him that before the end of the season, I'm gonna carry my blocks, because he remember I'm in front of him. I'm four step in front of him. I told him that by the end of the season, I will be right side of him doing block starts. And he's like, he was like, any day happen, I quit. I quit this year. I don't remember that thing, say no. I don't know if I quit him saying or saying quit, but he said that any day that happen, that not happen. I tell him say not happen.
He's not going to make it happen. JR,
Because
don't make it happen. JR, don't
so
make it happen. I
it's
love, I
fun.
love, I love the camaraderie. Um, that you have in your camp. So
Yeah, they feed off each other. It's
eh,
they
it's
have this
great to see.
I don't want to say love hate, but they have this relationship where they feed off each other. It's like,
There's days in the camps where like stop and watch you like this. And just not he would give us the program, I would hear arguing for no reason at all. No reason, so we just stop and look at like this.
Say you know that. So
No
the
reason at
question
all.
now,
Just
so being that you guys have this push for each other, you guys push on each other, you guys lean on each other. What was it like? What was the experience like when you stood at the finish line watching him coming off that curve to win that race? Yes, talk to me about that race because he would have
the
seen you did your
feeling,
own
I was
first.
like, Coach, yeah, cool, Coach. And then I was, I remember, I just ran
You
after
just
him.
ran your race.
Yeah, and I was putting on my sweatsuit, and I saw him took off. I mean, I said, oh, you're fair, and I ran behind him and I was like, oh, it's what we are going to feel. And I was running and I was setting up and I was fixing my sweatsuit at the time. And I'm running, I would meet her. I was like, where if you're left me, boy?
It was
Even though it was not me running this race, it was like I am running this race because I think in public he's more laid back.
yes.
He really is. And I was like, and I'm the opposite of that. And I think that's what coach is trying to bring. I'm trying it. I'm also trying it. I, I can't be
You
like
can't
that.
no, you can't be him and he can't be you. So
Okay.
yeah,
I'm trying
you have to
to
be two
realize that
opposites.
I have to because people watch me now. They watch me. They watch who I be. Even at Gibson, I got rushed at Gibson because of that, and I had to like I didn't even realize that I was doing it, and I had to sit back and I was saying, "Circle and go again," because I sometimes forget who I am because I see everybody as my equal and feel like me and everybody is on the same level and some even though I don't want to admit it, we're not. I have a certain status to uphold and I can't do like what everybody else do. And I tend to forget that a lot.
I
So
mean, we will give
sometimes
you some grace with it because it tends to happen. I mean, but the fact of the matter is that you catch yourself to realize that this is
sometimes
not
I
what
really don't. Sometimes I really don't until after my coach is saying, "Hey, you did that," and I was like, "No, I'm not." He said, "Stop." And then my coach was like, as I said, he's a very strong person to deal with. And he said, "Stop telling me that you did it." I was like, and sometimes you have to touch me. I said, "You do it too." And I have to sit back and say, "No, that." And then I go home, I was like, "On." I said, "I'm sorry. You know, so X, Y, and Z happen. And you know, so I never realized I have to sit back and, because I keep on forgetting. I want to be like, I want to be equal to everybody, but I am not. And I keep on forgetting that I am not the same. He told me the first time I met the Jamaica team, that I'm not the same Douglas that they knew the year before. And that I had to step up, I had to behave a certain way because I have to uphold and set examples. And I keep on forgetting. So I have to keep on I'm learning as the months, the years go by. The more I come into track and field, the deeper I go into the track and field. I have to be learning. I have to be learning. And this year, with all the attention that I'm getting, it's really been a challenge. Can I say that? It really
yeah.
been a challenge. I have to keep on remembering, Douglas, you can't do that. Douglas, you can't. You have to set examples for the younger one. You have to set the example for the people looking in. Because people are going to look in. That coach is always telling us, even when you don't see them, even when you don't feel like they are looking at you. they're listening, they're observing you. And
I
I keep
mean,
on forgetting that.
what I would say to you is once you remember who you are and what you are about and stand for that, then it will make you be who you are. Because if you try to be who you are not, then that's when it becomes difficult. You said that you keep reminding yourself that the younger ones are looking in. However, surprisingly, there are also persons that are older than you because of who you are and what you stand for that is also looking in and looking up to you, because it may not be to you, it may be a little thing, but to someone, when you did it or how you did it, it's a big thing.
It is.
And therefore, once you remain firm in who you are and what you are about, it will bring everything else into play. Definitely. So my question for you is, you see, oh, it is so easy to deal with your team back in Mushet. But when you make, it's like, what I'm going to ask, when you make the Jamaica team, right? When you have to be, you are representing yourself, you're representing Mushet, and now you're representing Jamaica. Here we are now putting different school girls, different ages and stuff together, for example, to make a relay team. How do you feel or find that camaraderie between that team? How do you guys gel together? Because I mean, you're coming from different schools and we're putting you all together.
Bec-
We can be honest, that you're going to say.
You're gonna put me on the spot now.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm just asking.
This
Do
is the
you
thing
find it
about relays
easy?
now. The thing about relays is the students that I the students the student athletes that are a part of the relay team, I compete with them, or sometimes they will room us together so that we can get to know each other and form a band, because you know that in relay sometimes you need the bond,
Right,
right? Need the
right.
bond, so they will room us together. So they will, for instance, they will like they will know that this one person has a great personality and they will make anybody laugh, right? You will know that a person, they will be around you and they will try to make all four of us, even when the reserves, be around each other. We mingle. So it's time to come together and do that band exchange, and we are already acquaintance. We already know ourselves. We already know each other. We have this rivalry bond going on there. No, that is no negative energy. It's just when it's
You're
business,
not taking in the negative energy, just straight positive energy, and we're making it happen.
and we're making happen. We're gonna put everything aside and it's business. So I think
Like that.
I think
Business,
yeah, I don't
standing
know if
on
I answer
business.
yeah, I don't know if I answered the question
No,
correctly.
you answered the question. You answered the question, and even because you said you were asking if I'm putting you on spot, you even
Yeah.
expounded on something that we here at Track and Field Talk tend to talk about as it relates to relay teams. But I won't trouble you on that. However, because you went there, firstly, I want to tell you that Ines Turner, one of our Olympians, is saying that she loves your mindset. You have a champion's mindset. So I just want you to know that your mindset, in the way you think, is a champion mindset in that. Because you went to the relay team, I'm just going to throw over into that. So we tend to play fast games here over here and fantasy games. You're going to smile, please smile for this one. So I want you to build your fantasy 4x1 and 4x4 female team both ways. That is of the current junior crop of athletes that you have. So that team is a team that you are saying, if this team is put together, that record would go, for example. And I also want the same for the senior team.
4 by what?
4x1 and 4x4.
I yes,
Listening clearly.
I'm ashamed for say this. But I wrong at least you talk. If you go find GRG is the one that want to be a
No,
journalist.
no, man. Jerm made film team. Jerm made film team last week. Yes, man.
No. What's all this stuff? Yeah, listen good. I am just learning about track and field. I'm just meeting people. I'm just learning. Wrong, somebody.
All right. No, here. Okay. No, you're not going to get away. I'm so sorry. Okay. All right. Make make a 4x4 team
National, I
of
can like any country. National,
no,
national.
no, 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 no,
He has
no.
to be Jamaican.
You listen, you're going to make my Jamaica 4x4 team. All right. All right. I made it a little bit easier for you. I thought I'd made it easier a while ago, but you made it hard.
4 by 4.
Make a 4x4 team that you think would break junior team of the current. I'm going to give it the junior team for the junior
Junior.
for the 4x4. I'm giving that to the junior team.
Okay. Junior team.
Girlfriend, I don't know.
Um, Abigail. Abigail
Yeah.
starting off.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Shankyu Williams.
Okay.
June.
So you take Shanku from over university and carry over here.
She's still Jamaican in her account and she's
No,
junior.
I said current athlete, but I take Shanku. Yeah, I see what you're doing. I see what you're doing. Go
Okay.
ahead. Mm-hmm.
It's this girl. She's from Belfield. I saw her at Peru. She was at Peru, right? And I competed with her Saturday. I think she really has a gut and she have the fighting spirit. I think she can go on the third leg. Or I can go on the third leg. Yeah, I will go on the third leg. And I'll put the girl from Belfield on the
On the
fourth
ankle
leg to
leg.
finish it. Yeah.
On the ankle leg. Okay. Coach, I
Yes,
gave you
ma'am.
I gave you the senior team last week. So I'm going to give you this week because Shanoya didn't take the 4x1. No, Shanoya, let I tell you, you're going to make my 4x1 senior female team though of the
Not tell us
current
that you can't.
Shanoya. Shanoya.
Aye, may do it. May do it. They ready for it? They ready
So,
for it? Can
Like,
I get
so
help
you're
them?
asking for my four juniors?
yeah, your
Yeah.
four juniors, right?
Okay. Skylar Franklin, Shanoya Douglas, Abigail Campbell, and Fletcher.
Oh yeah.
See,
Such a
see.
strong. Yes. Yeah. Forgot about
Okay.
Fletcher, you know. Oh God.
Okay. So give me your 4x1 senior team, Shanoya.
Okay, Sharika,
Okay. Where would you
Tina,
put no? All right.
Tia. So Tia, I'll put Tia on the gun. That's kind of iffy for me though. But I'll put Tia on the gun. I'll give her to Sharika.
Okay.
Um, what's her name again? Sorry. What's her name again?
Ask coach,
Um,
where we coach
Which
what's
team.
team?
her name again?
Which
Which
team,
team
which
she's
club?
from?
She's attend Heidel. She do Brianna, yeah.
Alana Reed. Alana
Alana
Reed.
Reed?
Alana Reed and Brianna.
Brianna Liston?
Yes.
Okay, so you go is almost a junior team you make into a senior team, you know. Cause is the only senior in that senior team is Sharika. I'm just
But
saying, but good.
Alana is not
Alana
a
is a senior, yes. No, I'm just
yes.
saying it's how the makeup of it. Tia, you have a Tia, you drop Sharika in the middle, and then you have Alana and you have Brianna Liston. So that's what I'm saying. But not bad of a team.
Young talent should get more opportunity than we're getting now to be showcased in the world. Show that there's more. We're little, but we're talented.
So how you did say nobody want to make a team?
Because I am not.
At this, at
I
this,
am
at this,
not.
at this, this
I'm
is
not
what I was
as.
waiting for.
I am not as I'm not into it. I don't know a lot of athletes like that because I'm just learning. But
Journey.
JR is so passionate about it
Yeah,
that he can
JR,
tell all
JR,
about.
JR did roll off him list with
Yeah,
no
it's like
question.
that. Come like have it like in an Erica, you want to be a journalist, so you know that he studies them, and then coach
Oh,
is so passionate about it, and his mother, I feel like
said,
this. But
said,
me,
have it.
me, I'm from an athletic family, no, but we don't stay like coach family. So
Okay.
I'm just learning.
Even though you're just learning, who is that female athlete? Senior, doesn't matter the country that you would sit down and watch. Because I mean, you're a 1, 2, 4. Who is that athlete that you would sit down and take in or go over some videos from and say, okay, this is how I would want to, get that way or start that way?
Alex and Felix and Sherika Jackson.
Sharika Jackson. Okay. Is there any records that you would love to see go in 2025, whether it be junior record or senior record?
Okay, I'm manifesting the 200 record. The 200. No, the 400, my bad. The 400.
For the junior, that's
Yeah.
the one you're manifesting. Okay. So you'd
Yeah.
want to see that go.
Yeah. I feel yeah, I called that already. I wanted the 200 and the 400 record for juniors. Um no, but now come to the 200 to the seniors. Um not fit one not fit 200 either. I don't have any more for the seniors, just for the
Just for the
juniors.
juniors.
For juniors.
So it's just those two records for the juniors you'd love to see go this season.
And the 100 also, but I don't think nobody's ready for that yet, but the 100
1092.
and 92.
Okay, I will take that. I'll take that. I mean, because your manifestation of that 400, I mean, we're looking at 5113 is what it's at now, and you're at 5296, and we have already manifested that that is going to happen. I'm manifesting it with you. So it's not looking. Mhm. You're saying something.
Not that thing.
And then we're looking at the 200 to be 2253 to be moved. So that's not bad. We embrace that coming into. If you had to choose, though, my last question to you: if you had to choose which one, if all three is laid before you, 1, 2, and 4, which would you choose? You are only able to choose one. Which would you say this is the one that I would take? Would choose
200. 200.
You would
200.
choose to run the 200 over the 4 and the 1.
Yeah, 100 meter done too early. 400, I wonder if I can done. 200 is just right.
Coach, if it is that you, coach, had to choose for her, which is it that you would choose?
Well, Shanoya is a quarter miler.
Here, no.
Yeah, she's a quarter miler. We're just working on some things, but she's a quarter miler.
So you're picking the 400, that's necessary.
Yeah.
No, I didn't say anything. I'm just saying you're a quarter miler.
Okay. Coach, my last question to you before we go.
Right.
Last year, we saw where our males, had some hiccups and some issues. It's the first time in years that our 4x4 team never qualified for running at a championship. My question to you is, what is it that you think that as a country and as a federation that we need to do to make better when it comes to our relays happening in Jamaica? I mean, we are a sprint nation. The speed is not the problem, but we just keep not getting it right when it comes to our relays. What is it that you think we need to do more of, or less of, or better to make it better?
Well, I think part of the problem is at the developmental level, at the high school level, the youth level. A lot of these, well, a lot of the younger kids don't want to, they think the program, the 400 program is too grueling. So a lot of these boys, they don't want to run the 400, you know. As you know, you will have 20 mil 100-meter sprinters, right? And the minute you tell them you're going to convert them to 400, then you see the numbers starting to dwindle at training. So that's where part of the problem is. So, there are other reasons, there are other issues. I won't get into that, but at the part of the problem is at the developmental level.
Okay. All
Right.
right. So I want to say thanks. Shanoya, where you gonna leave me?
I'm still here.
Right. So I want to say thank you so much to both of you guys. Thank you again, Coach, for coming back on tonight again, where Shanoya is here. You were here with us last week. So I thank you for that. Shanoya, I want to say thank you so much for coming on and just giving us being here with us, giving us a moment to be here with you, to let us get into your mind and to learn a little bit more about Shanoya or Rising Star that is rising above all things, and to realize that how competitive you are. Right? So we thank you so much for being here, and we wish you all the best for everything that is coming up, everything that is going to happen in the 2025 season. I know we are moving into March for ISA Boys and Girls Championships. We do wish you all the best. We manifest all that you have for yourself to manifest with you, and we do endeavor that all of that will come to pass so that you can look forward to the next season, because you're the type of person that you deal with, you anger this right to yourself, and then you just go and move on to the next season. So we wish you all the best for what is going to come into next month, and we pray and hope that all that will be manifested for you, and therefore we will be there waving that banner, waving and screaming and shouting, come, 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 right when you're coming down. And we will be here with you. We will be in the journey with you. We will step back when it is that we need to step back with you and allow you to deal with your spacing the way you want to deal with it, the best way possible. And therefore, we wish you all the best, and we thank you. We hope to have you back here in our little family. And next time, who knows, whenever it's possible, our doors are open to you at all times. So thank you so much, you and Coach.
It was
Yeah,
a
man.
pleasure
Thanks
to
for
be
having us.
here.
Wonderful. So we will see you soon. Thank you, and
Yeah,
all the
man.
best. Okay. So, thank you all again tonight for being here with us on another exciting interview with our own rising star, Shanoya Douglas. We are moving into March, where we'll be having the ISA Boys and Girls Championships, and we here at Track and Field Totnet do have some exciting interviews with some great rising stars that are coming up into the space. Look out, remember to subscribe to our YouTube page if you have not yet done so. Also, remember to ask your family members or recommend it so that they will not miss it. We have the likes of coming up. We have the likes of Tavane Stewart will be here with us. Next week, we'll be interviewing Tavane Stewart from Herbert Morrison. We will also be having Daniel Wright of Excelsior will be here. We also be having Daniel Clarke of Kingston College will be here. So we will have a lot of rising stars that will be here with us on some nights speaking to us, and we are getting to know them. So remember, don't want to miss a beat. Just click the notification bell so that you're not missing anything. We thank you so much for being here with us as we grow together, as we learn together, as we embrace what track and field is bringing to the space at the moment, and as we take in and see what it is that our juniors, and when it is that the seniors step out fully in their all rankings, we will also be here for that. But at this moment, we are dealing with the juniors. Track and Field Tottenham do thank you so much for being here with us. and it is an exciting time to have you also with us. So, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night to you all, wherever it is that you joined us from. It is a pleasure and an honor for us to have you to be here with us. So, we ask that you will continue to be safe, and we thank you so much for being here with us.